Imagine this. You wake up one morning and the world feels a little different. Your groceries cost more, your phone, your laptop, even your furniture, all suddenly more expensive. Why do you think? Well, it's not just inflation. It's something deeper. A shift in global trade, powered by tariffs that ripple through the economy in ways that most people don't even notice until it's too late. Now, I've been doing research and I just want to talk to my people to make sure that we are all informed, okay? Now, first about tariffs. Tariffs can change the cost of goods, how companies move money, and even what jobs are available. The effects don't show up overnight, they don't show up immediately, but when they do, they hit hard. It's historical, okay? We're gonna come back to that. Now, Bitcoin is now a part of the strategic reserve of the US. But let me just add, it's not new Bitcoin purchases, but they're using what has already been available through seizures, things like that. And that's not speculation, that's policy, whether you agree with it or not, okay? Also, banks can now legally custody cryptocurrency, which is a major move that signals a broader shift. But while these institutions catch up, the question remains, are you taking custody of your own finances? Because that's what's important. I'm here about accountability. I want you to understand that none of this is about politics. It's about reality. The changes are real. All these changes that are happening, and they affect all of us no matter who's in office. Whether you agree with it or not, it's important that you understand what's happening so that you can respond appropriately. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that what happens at the top, it comes down to every home, to every wallet, and to every business. So we need to make sure that we are aware and that we are prepared and we are not complaining about something that we can't control. So let's talk about what's really going on and what we can do to stay ahead. Because it's not about politics, it's about the economy, our future, and how we respond. Tariffs, Bitcoin reserves, banking rules are all shifting. And whether we like it or not, these changes affect us. So let's break it down and talk about what's really happening in plain terms. Now, new tariffs are being put on billions of dollars worth of goods from China. Cell phones, computers, equipment, even toys and furniture. They all now come with a 20% price tag just to bring them into the US. Now, that extra cost doesn't hit overnight. It trickles down over months. Businesses also adjust prices and eventually we pay more. On the flip side, China is also taxing US goods, soybeans, meat, cotton, and more. Now, historically, we've seen how tariffs can contribute to inflation, especially if those businesses pass those costs down. Not just about me picking a side, it's just what history shows. And this is not the first time that this administration has done this. Trump administration did this and the Biden administration kept it going. So don't be surprised. It's just a big talking point right now. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin reserve. Bitcoin is now a strategic reserve as part of the US. And but let me just add that it's not new Bitcoin. It's old Bitcoin that may have been seized from different type of crimes and things like that. That said, the fact that Bitcoin is mentioned, and we know it's been talked about for a long time, unless you've been living under a rock, this is validation. Okay, I did discuss in one of my previous videos that the US, because of so much debt that we're in, should be using Bitcoin to hedge against inflation and just everything in general. The Fed loves to print money and inject it into the economy, which fuels the debt. Now, here's my thing. Instead of sending everyone a measly $1,000 stimulus check, how about $10,000 for every US citizen? Why not? I mean, we're talking about 3.32 trillion. I mean, we already have a big debt. But hold on, y'all. It's not a handout. Here's the plan. It's strategic. It's a strategic investment in Bitcoin. The key is patiently waiting for Bitcoin to reach $500,000, which potentially multiplies the initial investment. So when Bitcoin reaches $500,000, the government can return $10,000 to each individual. What y'all think about that? I digress. Banks now are officially allowed to custody cryptocurrency. That means they can hold crypto just like they do our dollars and stocks. That's a major move, making it easier for banks to enter the space without extra permissions. But while this is a win for crypto's legitimacy, it's also a reminder for all of us, don't lose sight of your own personal responsibility. You do not have to wait for the banks or the institutions. You are your own bank. Be a good steward over your money. Learn custody, learn security, and be ready. Period, point blank. Now, none of these things, the tariffs, Bitcoin, or banking rules, happens in isolation, guys. Think about it. Together, these are signs of the broader shift in the economy that's happening right now. Whether it's inflation, currency changes, or trade policy, what matters most is how we respond. Not just what politicians do, but how we prepare. We have to take care of ourselves and our families, no matter who's in office or what macro conditions surround us. Because at the end of the day, it's going to happen. We can't control it, but how we respond, we can control how we respond. All of these changes, tariffs increasing, Bitcoin now a part of the reserves, and banks diving deeper into crypto point to something bigger. The global economy is evolving. I've been saying it for a long time, but it is what it is. Traditional systems are adapting and new systems are gaining ground. This is your signal. This is your time. It's important that you get financially informed. You need to educate yourself. It's important that we all are financially accountable. And it's important that we are all financially prepared. I mean, it's just that simple. We are taking care of what we can control. Now, this is not to scare you. It's actually, this is preparation. Because regardless, like I said, these shifts are real. But know that the tools are available. The information is out there. We live in a time where we have access to so much content and knowledge that in a sense, there's no excuse. The only question is now, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the information that you receive? Because a lot of times we will fascinate ourselves with things that can't benefit us. And so this is my plea to anybody who's listening to this video. You need to share this. You need to like this. You need to share it with someone who needs to hear it. You need to now spark conversations with individuals, specifically your family. These are the things you should be talking about. And even on social media, people are more likely to share. Yeah, I get it. It's social media. But it is what it is. Share this. It's your boy. Subscribe. Got more coming. Okay? Catch y'all on the next one.